There's an ancient lich. Throwing up some lightning bolt. Man, the curse toes, for real. We're all back. I'm gonna go ahead and go back around this corner because I don't want to get flanked. Looks like we rolled a lot of liches. Curse toes aren't an so the way this vault works, if you don't know, at the bottom is sort of like a smattering of random stuff and a few liches thrown in. So ancient liches are one of the more common enemies. At the top, there's obviously there's the fixed. All the orb guardians are at exactly fixed locations. The same exact number of orb guardians is in the vault every single time. You know, there's like 3 here in the vestibule, there's 2 here, there's like 3 here, etc. And there's a ring of them around the orb. But in the top, there's basically like 3 sets you can get: Orb of Fire, Liches, or Clowns. And each set that means that you're going to generate a relatively more. If you get the fire set, you'll get relatively more orbs of fire, liches relatively more, and then you'll get some other stuff thrown in, like a couple of clowns, electric golems. So I probably rolled a lich set on the left side at least, but you'll still probably get an orb of fire even if you... Actually, call 5 Custos a foot. Yeah, their tile used to be actually like just the 5 toes from a foot. That was Young Chen. Good to know. I did N1000. Yep, I cast Shatter. And it got a pretty good shatter. I didn't break that many walls, but it gave me maybe a straight path would have been somewhat better. I broke it in, I guess, 3 spots. Well. Actually, I don't know if it broke it here. It broke it over there, over this tile, and over here. But so that worked out pretty well. Only slight complication with that is okay, that has a few traps. Just gotta be careful because you can. Oh, there's a mark trap. That's my favorite either. Let's go peek over at the vestibule and kill any orb guardians or other junk. Which dig do I even have? Yep. Yeah, we rolled a lot of ancient liches, that is for sure. Oh, he died in the fire clouds. Here are the orb guardians that were in the little teleport trap and no trap. So I guess I chose the side that I would have been able to go to in the conventional way, but ooh, that mark trap though. That's a nasty mark trap. Kinda wish I could blast open the other side now. The mark trap is definitely gonna get me marked. I can cancel it, of course. I've got... Oh, I've only got... Are there any other ones? Oh yeah, I should go pick that up for sure. Aha! Little areas. No minus telly so far in this game. No minus telly generated this game, so. Oh, Darup. It's Darup. Wonder how Darup will respond to a firestorm. Not very well. Anything else? 5 translucent. Oh yeah, that is that's just Hall of Blades, which. Yep, there was a potion of cancellation, and I don't have a lot in this game, so I'm gonna go ahead and grab the 4th one because those are handy potions. Yeah, I had to kill Rupert. You don't just leave Rupert resting. He's offensive. He's rude, no manners. Ooh, he had a wand of flame. Oh, really? I didn't notice. Oh, I probably didn't go into temple. Because it just may have happened that due to miraculous luck, where nobody saw it coming except for me, of course, because of Dev Insights, that I just had a feeling Sif was going to generate on D4. I called it, and that's what she did. She generated, and it's like, how does he know? It's just because he's a dev and he's got the Dev Insights. We don't know how they do it. It's basically magic to us. So I never went in temple. Because again, miraculously, I told everyone Sif is probably going to generate on D4, and she did. And it's not because I added a special vault to place Sif on D4, because I wanted to test Sif and guarantee that she placed at the right time. It was purely my own insights. Exactly. It was just, you know, my good luck. Oh no, the mark. Apparently I freaked out and no. How did you wander up there? No. This is where I want to be. Yeah, he's like, what? You don't want me to wander over here next to this trap? I'll take a look. No, please. Not really that big of a deal, I guess, if I get marked, but... Some proof about how it's almost surely Poisson. Man, I forget my my probability theory. It's there's so many of those definitions. It's like almost surely is like the limit of the probability function. It's like you take the limit of the integral to get almost surely. It's like you're integrating the probability function and you take the limit. One involves taking the limit of the function, actually, just the function. I forget those. I haven't done graduate probability theory in a long time. It's kind of cool stuff because it's really just all, it's basically all, you know, you could call it calculus or analysis because they're just doing, you know, the probability functions are really just like these simple functions that, well, you make them, you build up like a measure from, it's all, but it's all really just like iterating on analysis stuff. And which is kind of what I studied as an undergrad, you know, just doing pure math. So it's fun to learn that stuff. It's sort of just like this tour de force of that. Of course, the actual applications and thinking about how to apply it is the harder bit. Yeah. It's pretty cool. A lot of people find that super, super dry, but it is neat if you take the time to learn it. Boy, what is this, Substyly? I've not heard this one. Yeah, complex analysis is really cool. I only took that as an undergrad, and I was impressed at that content. It's really neat. Plus, it's also very useful in physics because there's so much like 2D stuff that they have to do, and you can do a lot with complex analysis. But just the math theory behind it is really interesting. Like that whole thing about how oh, it's like all continuous complex functions are like analytic. They're just like if you manage to be complex and continuous, it ends up being a super strong condition, much more so than like for a real just a single variable function. And yeah, I've forgotten most of that stuff because it was such a long time ago. But I've always found that course in particular to be pretty neat. Kind of wish I had studied it a bit more. And it actually gets used quite a lot by a bunch of different engineering physics disciplines too, from what I understand. Yeah, it was one of the surprising for the math majors results from that was like, you know, just going into 2 dimensions, well, going into the complex numbers allows, makes yeah, we're saying some of the same stuff, but it's basically being, you know, you spend a lot of time in real analysis, right, for a single variable, setting complex functions and saying, by the way, or not complex functions, continuous functions, you're like, by the way, being continuous doesn't mean differentiable. Differentiable is a stronger condition. And that's what I'm getting at. You go to a complex plane, though, they end up being equivalent to each other. So just going up, which is a surprising thing for a math person, is like, whoa, I guess it's probably not because it's getting at to like higher dimensions, more flexibility of movement in, you know, in some sense, some very naive sense that I'm not explaining right, but it's kind of a cool result that they spent a lot of time pointing out because it's like, you wouldn't expect this. But that's all very like math. That's all very like math majory type stuff. Yeah. The only compact. That's the fun stuff when you have to like study compact as like an abstract concept, and then you have to mean, by the way, it's just closed and bounded, but it's also really abstract. Any infinite subcover has a finite. You're like, what the hell are you even talking about? You say closed and bounded. But no, if you're a math major, you got to study the abstract topology version and know what that means. And then all the people who just want to do like algebra are like, screw this crap. The hell are you people on? Too complicated. Make sure of my ass. What is it? Oh man. I want to say it's not a perfect set, but you know. Damn, I'm already forgetting like, you know, it's like unmeasurable. It's unmeasurable. You know, that really wacky. God, I've forgotten so much of that stuff that I used to kind of have memorized, like examples of sets that are not measurable and all that crap. It's been a while. Uh-oh, ding-a-ling with the paradox. Somebody talk about the one where you can cut up, you can take a, what is it? The lemma where you can take a sphere and the lemma of choice, the axiom of choice, and divide a sphere up into two spheres with the same volume as the original sphere. Well, somebody's got it. Next, you got to talk about what is it? Category theory. It's not. Sets aren't sufficient. I took one graduate algebra course. It was pretty cool. It shows you how absolutely nuts the algebra people do get, and there is so much of it. Pretty neat stuff. But also kind of, sort of insane in that kind of bad math studies way of like, yeah, your notion of what is an application of this is like so abstract. I haven't, I had been going through over the last sort of couple years off and on just studying just like Baby Rudin to go through the some of the sequences of function stuff that I never quite learned as well as I could have. And yeah, what you can do with that stuff is really incredible in terms of like uniform closures and stuff of continuous functions of like I guess sets of, and it has been a couple years since I've even done that, but some years back I had started to go through that and to get through integral forms and the multivariate stuff that I just really never really learned. I want to get back to doing that at some point. That stuff's just fun to study. And Baby Rudin is kind of a nice little compact book that doesn't really pull any punches. There's better sources you could study probably that would also be probably more rigorous or harder or better for learning, but uh-oh. Oh, he mutated me. He's severely damaged. Oh wait, do I even have any yeah, I guess I do. Rip Orb of Fire. Drop down to 3 stars. Gotta be careful. Ooh. No non-living things cannot berserk, nor can demons. Only living things can go berserk. So no undead, no non-living, and yeah, gotta be alive. Guess we're gonna end up clearing this entire vault anyway. I don't think we're gonna set the world record for the real time with this run. We stop and have like a math digression. No berserk executioners. Maybe for Glork only. Well, he does have a thing where he like buffs them. There's this spell that like will buff. He has this special. There's that identity scroll. Well, it still does, but there's a new active N1K. Yeah, channeling is what I'm using that's costing it. Yep. That's I see what you're asking, and yes, that's what's draining my power. I keep using channel so I don't have to retreat. Well, I have delayed this enough. Going out with the Moonbase DuckTales remix. It's perfect. Going to abort the orb. I'm gonna get some. Nah, don't need to teleport. Just walk. We do have haste, not a lot of it. We have a nice path up the out of Zot. That's always nice. You can see these levels are like ridiculously easy. I'll fly over here. Guess I could pass wall. Look at that. Look at that pass wall action. Secret tech. How much time do I have? Nice. Not a bad telly. Well, he can't harm me. Oh. What's this? Unless this upstairs is really horrible somehow, which it is not. There's a better one, but it's all good. Oh, he did. Okay, well. Lesson learned. So I'm probably going to read Telly again. Not bad. Yeah, I could have used, but I just didn't. I was at the stairs, so it's like, whatever. I actually thought I was out of range, but one hit from Damnation's not really. I mean, Fog, the problem with Fog is it's actually not even guaranteed to block low, sadly. So, even if I do that, it may actually end up being a wasted turn. Odds are pretty good for it to block, but sort of not. Since I'm so close, I really should look at how the algorithm works, because I think if you go D0, it will show you the best stairs overall. Wait. So I can answer this question. Oh, here we go. Yeah, the problem is you want to dig to shorten the route, and also the problem is it's not considering dig, so it's not going to give you the best calculation actually. Probably better than a random location. Take that. D11 spawns really aren't that scary. Could just let that thing be. Yep, I sure do. Because thanks to DevTools, I don't need to be optimal. Well, 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 we meet again. You have Iron Shot, I have Iron Shot. My Iron Shot is better than your Hellfire. Pretty scary Rakshasa spawn, I'm glad I survived. Alright, we'll go up. Oh, jeez, that was clearly the better one anyway. Obviously misread that. No Panlords yet. Knock on wood. Still time to get the ultimate glaciate fast. Panlord on D1. Or a freed slave, even worse. Oh my god, where am I going? Jeez. Oh, I was right there. Shit. Oh well. Stupid freed slave. Okay. You know what? Oh, that's why. I just got confused by the fact that, that's on me. Yeah, he was there. I was like, why are you blocking my... He was peaceful. Yeah, very easy orb run. Not that orb run with this kind of stuff is... We can pass wall... can I? No, not quite. Can't pass wall right... Oh yeah, I can. Yeah, cool. Pass wall right on to the exit. Look at that. Time to say GG indeed for this second win in a row that has not counted. Thanks for the GG's alias, the Spectator, and N1K, Sally, Substyly, JF, Corone, Dutcherling. We'll take the Pog Champ as a GG, and Schwer. Well, that was, thank you Lightly and Young Chen. That was our test. The 5 games I played on this test server. 1-1 Human Wizard. Shoutouts to Iggy. 1 on the first try with Sif. So I still think it's still hard. Yeah, number 2 on the server. What a chivo. Quit the game on D1. That's a good. I'm most proud of that one. I knew that it wasn't the run, and I quit. So I think with this test, I'm still seeing that it's pretty hard to maintain access to the active, and I'd like to maybe address that. I might get this into chunks so that people can play test it. Obviously, I have a very rest-intensive playstyle because I'm playing extremely. This character, for instance, was just glacially slow at 11 hours. Mostly because of nonsense, me yapping and stuff like that. That obviously added like 2 hours to it, but even then, above average turn count 2 by a little bit. And I didn't get, I mean, the Sif casting never really saved the run. It just was convenient at times. the part of the problem is you don't have access to it so easily. And you want to preserve access to it, and the gifting makes it so that you only kind of have one usage of it. And I don't really like that. I might try adjusting her gift timer. I just don't want her to spam gifts. So what you can do is lower the probability that she gifts you on a piety point, and then decrease the timeouts so the two will average out. As long as it doesn't make it so that when you get to 5 stars you have to wait a really long time because that probability has become low. It's like 16%. Oh, I use channel quite a lot. I wonder if I can... if I can check that. There's Iggy. It's probably not going to display all that well. Yep. #1 on the server. No one can take that away from me. My 1-in-1, a legit 1-in-1. Well, I guess technically not, since I did add a D4 vault to play Sif, but let's just pretend that that doesn't... Alright, there it is. Oh, this is displaying okay. So is this still showing? Oh, no, it's not because of that. Oh, anyway, I'll just look because it's not important to show the actual morgue. Oof, this is hard to read though. Oh, damn, you can't go back up in more? Well, that's unfortunate. I have to use less. Wow, is this displaying better? No, it's probably not. No. Okay. Anyway, unarmed, vampiric drain, dragon's call. How many times did we cast dragon's call? 5 times, huh? Wow, I used that many times. I've never really used BVC. Channel magic 77 times. Divine knowledge 9 times. So I mean, I did use it 9 times. That's not bad. And yeah, I channeled a good deal. 35 times in the final, like, several XLs alone.